coming up in Zoom. It's like, I'm just going to change your mic just like this. And I'm like, no, don't do that. That's not cool.
Facebook working okay? I thought it looked like it was live for a second and then it stopped.
I'm going to hop out and then hop back in. Oh, wait. Damn it. Okay. I'm going to hop out and hop back in.
Hurry for my intro.
Look. And the banner for famous folks' animals might be my favorite, though.
Oh, that was good. Tonight, everybody take a shot every time I yawn.
You know, I do actually have, like, drinks.
Let's see, I don't have that much booze in the house.
I got a lot.
Yeah, the alcoholic here has like 50 bottles of wine. That's no joke.
For an emergency.
I understand.
Well, at one point I could drink, so we were buying wine for the two of us, and then doctor's like, no, you can't have any more alcohol. So now she's got tons of...
With opinions who went to school, so.
Don't see it on Facebook yet, but it might be delayed.
Yo.
Deanna, have a drink. Every time you yawn, I take a drink, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
And you better go early in the show. All right. Yay, it's there. Let me open that and mute it really fast.
Yeah, my Yeti's not showing up on my on here. I don't know why.
I don't
We
know
can
what
hear you. Fine.
Damn. Okay. Let's see.
I'm glad you brought it up because mine wasn't actually on until just I turned it on just now. So thanks for the heads up.
What is a Yeti?
It's our microphone.
Oh, okay.
Giant hairy white monster.
That's what I thought. I was confused.
Much smaller, less
cooler.
hairier dude in a bigger, much hairier costume.
Like, I didn't see a Yeti in the folder. What are we talking about? Oh, there's one.
There it is.
Oh, hey, yeah.
All right. How's this?
Cool.
All right.
Do I sound okay to you guys?
Always. Yep.
I noticed last month I sounded all muffled. I checked the month
It's a
before.
little, I don't know what are you using right now?
It's the same computer.
All right. Well, maybe get a little closer, but other than that.
You guys know that there's subtitles for everything we're saying right now?
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, and some of them are bad.
Yo, man, now people can really see if there's cuss words.
Is it on YouTube or Facebook?
It should be on both.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Facebook.
I never had those before.
Those are dangerous.
I'm probably the only one that can hear the music, but it's a banger.
Oh, I heard the music, but I turned it on. It almost sounds like a Rick and Morty game theme from
Sing
there.
it for us,
It's
Dave.
EDM. It's whatever default thing was like. Give me something with hype. Uh-oh.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna plug something in and you tell me if my sound's different.
Well, your video's off now.
What? Oh. Alright, do I
Well-
sound any
Now a
Okay.
little more tinny. Not by much.
Well, now, okay, well, I'm gonna have to readjust the screen because you disconnected.
not on purpose?
All right, well,
Did it sound better or did it sound better before?
Before.
it sounds the
Okay.
same.
She disconnects her video again.
Maybe I can rearrange your tile. There, I rearranged your tile, so it's no big deal.
Didn't see that.
Cool.
Hi. Mike Huff says hi.
We need to just get you a Yeti. Just mount it. Everybody gets a Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look under your chair.
All right, you about ready?
Is VCon and Tribenicon airing too right now?
I shared the link. The past few times it hasn't shown up
Yeah.
automatically live. It's just shared the link. So I don't know. I just said.
I wonder if, since the only event is made through Kaiju, I think only Kaiju's actually shows in real time. Otherwise,
I think Facebook changes their mind on how they want to do it.
right. So.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, more people already. I'm so excited. Love hearing the technical issues every month.
Well, it's actually not so bad. We're actually doing pretty good. It's just, you know.
Yeah, actually, everything's perfect. This is just, to entertain you while you wait.
Okay. So do we want to jump in now and you can bring the other two that we're waiting on?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll just bring them in after the intro if they show up.
Okay.
Wait, script.
Yeah, we're just stalling for a couple of people that are going to pop in, but... Or one of them.
Is sick.
Alrighty. And here we go.
Hello there, fellow art nerds. I have got my Mr. Rogers sweater on tonight in preparation for episode 7 of season 3, the next to last episode of season 3 of the Pen Clique, Kids Creatures. What we have done this month is gathered amazing drawings from children, and our artists have reimagined these into some pretty incredible pieces that I think these kids are going to absolutely love. I absolutely love them. And I happen to be Deanna. I am your host for the evening. I always forget that part, and then it always throws me off. That should always. Y'all might know what we're talking about if you tuned in earlier and heard us rambling. Anyway.
Via subtitles.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Without further ado, the Pen Clique, if it is new to you or you are new to us, every month we get.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Deanna, no!
She's been encased in carbonite! Well, every month we usually get a prompt, and we usually do it the last minute because we're all artists, and we wait till the last minute to do our deadlines. No, not really. But this month is Kids Creatures. Hey, there she is.
Here I am.
We're having storms in our area, so we're wondering. All right, let's switch back then.
Yeah, I just got an alert that my internet connection is unstable, so I'm gonna talk faster. Pen Clique, new prompt every month. Artists come together. They draw that prompt and amaze and blow you all away. Real quick, we want to point out we have 4 sponsors. We've got VisionCon, the pop culture convention that has been celebrating fandom since 1990. We have got Tremendicon, a multimedia creators convention bringing a playground to create and collaborate to Springfield, Missouri. Playco Games, a tabletop game publishing company bringing small box, quick play, family fun games to your table. And Clever Kaiju, a production team of visual artists that collaborate, educate, and inspire a community of artists both online and in person. We'll talk a little bit more about those wonderful sponsors throughout the show. But right now, I'm going to bring out the entire clique, including my co-host, Mr. Gary Bedell.
Up, Internet land.
Introduce everybody. Are we on, mate?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I've been quick on the keys.
You made this move smooth transition that during the show I can't.
Well, I switched back whenever your internet crapped out, but it's like that's all right. I've got my hand. I got my little trigger fingers going.
So I brought everybody out that was already out.
Yeah, kind of. I mean,
I stink at this, but it's fun. I already introduced Mr. Gary Bedell. I heard him say hey, but I talked over you.
Hello, Internet Land, again. Always lovely to speak to you.
Okay.
All right, this month we have got Nate Howard,
Hey.
James Rutherford, Anna Hansen, Cliff Gamble, Daryl Claunch, Josh Meter,
Hey,
and Haley Codling.
Woo.
There is a chance Isaac Crawford and Brian Timmons will be joining us. Let's keep this all in suspense.
Let them come.
Join in.
Yeah.
So, what did you guys think about the prompt this month? Taking kids' art and making it your own.
Super fun. I loved it.
I wanted to do this for a while, so it's very.
I almost feel like we should do something like this probably every season or every couple of like I figure out a way to make it a more regular thing, but more refresh it each time.
Yeah. But don't overdo it. Don't oversaturate.
Yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
something different every time.
This, you know what? This could be a great thing to do at live at conventions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get some kids to draw you something beginning of the weekend and make it for them on Sunday.
Nope. You draw it at home and you bring it so I can draw it when it's there already.
Yeah, on Saturday when everybody's there and nobody's tired and everybody wants to be there.
All right, I'm thinking out loud. I just got some gears turning for the con. Okay. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started. Did I miss anything?
Ian's ready to see some art.
We do have and something that we'll probably do it towards the end of the episode, but we do have something that was really interesting in our Discord community that we have of a lot of artists from all different walks of life that we talk a lot about and we promote a lot. There were some that were inspired by the episode and others who just like drawing D&D characters because they do campaigns of their own, whether they run them themselves or they just like doing the characters of their friends or whatever. But we've actually in our Discord had a big surge of like, hey, here's my D&D character. Here's some D&D characters I've been working on for my campaign. And so I've got a small like collection of them gathered to share with the show towards the end, just to kind of be like, hey, look, there's others that do like what we're doing and they're really talented too. So I figured it'd be fun if we had enough time to throw in a little bump at the end to showcase some of the other artists in our community.
I knew I forgot something. I also forgot to tease the fact that you need to stick around to find out what next month's massively monstrous battle royale prompt is.
Yeah, that too.
And it's the last episode of the season, so.
It's the
Oh,
finale.
and it's so large, it might be a two-parter. I don't know. We're talking about that. But
Cool.
for tonight, his Creatures. We are going to start with Miss Anna Hansen.
Woo!
Woo!
Oh, and Rachel Norton, I love you. She says, bless this mess.
Yeah.
Hey, do we want to show the kids' art first? And then-
I plan
the
to.
kids
Yeah.
art.
Okay.
Nope. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Cool.
this was a drawing that my niece drew. She did quite a few. She did a few, and she did them pretty quick. But this one, I really liked. I really like the idea of an angel fox. So, yeah. It's like I love what she did there.
Yeah, it has a
It's
Sonic the Hedgehog kind of vibe to it, like in the face, like Knuckles, that
yeah,
that grimace.
she's a big Sonic fan.
Ah,
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
But I didn't go that route. But this is actually what I did.
oh
Nice.
man.
That's
Um, Yeah, I since it's supposed to be a monster, I decided to and it's an angel. I kind of went the route of like a fallen angel type character.
Sure.
And I went with the um I went with the black fox because I really wanted to just add in the red highlights to
Yeah.
make to really make that contrast and everything. You know, give it that, you know, you know, give it more of a sinister look and everything.
Yeah.
So,
That's really dynamic, like with the pink and the. I like your. I like how you stacked like grays instead of just going black. Like you have variations in the gray layered on top of each other. Was this traditional? Did you use Copics for this?
yeah. I use Copics and all the white is gel pen.
Oh, good. I'm glad it works for you.
Yep.
Never.
Yeah. Yeah, I colored this within, you know, a couple hours. So yeah, like just I was like finishing this up like, you know, about a half hour before this.
You sound like us.
Have you ever met Sarah Saltares?
Yeah, she would still be working on hers as we speak.
Hi, Sarah, wherever you are.
Yeah, much love. It's not the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Does look intimidating, but it also looks so fluffy. I want to.
I know, yeah. It's very regal, like proper.
You nailed the symmetry for doing it traditional.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, what's under its eye?
Oh, that's what I did. It's that's actually the year, so it's 23.
Oh, I see.
On the collar, I put my initials and her initials.
Aw,
Oh, cute.
Nah.
cute.
The number was actually originally supposed to be was actually black, but you couldn't see it.
Oh, right.
So that was the other thing. I used the gel pen and wrote over it.
Man, very rarely do my pieces look better and better the more I zoom in, but
Well, yeah, definitely doing yeah.
Anna, Lauren says you might as well call it hers because I'm about to pet that thing.
Yeah, it seems a bit condescending. Like I feel judged, but I guess that's probably why. If I had wings and fur like him, I probably would be too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did, and I also wanted to make sure I included the halo, but it, you know, it's not above the head. It's that's what's around here.
Just
So
jangling
again,
around.
I kind of is still giving that idea of, you know, it's kind of like like a fallen angel. So
Very well done.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. Have they seen it yet?
Watercolored first.
the flat wash with the gray Copic, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't get mine to be that even all the way. I get too frustrated. It just looks messy. So
Same.
Is that on Bristol paper?
no, that was actually on cardstock. I printed it off on a piece of cardstock. That way I can go back to the original one and, you know, redo it. I actually killed one of my lighter markers doing the wings.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P. marker.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So when I go back, I'll actually, you know, make the grays actually where I don't have to have the white outline to where you can actually tell the difference between some of that stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, I did it like right before the show. So
Yeah, right on.
That's pretty good for right before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially traditionally, man.
Welcome in, Isaac. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
With the beard yet. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He and I, you're not gonna be able to tell the
Wild.
difference. If I grow my hair out long enough, we'll be like
Right.
Jesus twins.
All right.
Well,
Welcome.
do we make Isaac go next for being late?
Yeah, I think we should.
Sure. I counted on
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna warn you. I don't know
Get
where my
him.
file is.
Oh,
Should we give you one more time to?
No,
Yeah.
I can do it. Just a
Okay.
second. Here we
Where
go.
did you get your kids' drawings from?
Where did I get it from? The ones that were submitted, and I can share that. I'll share the one that I went from. Or what's the pattern? What's the method?
yeah.
to
Well,
this?
share what you chose, and then share what you did.
Okay. Oh,
And just
come
the
on
angel
now.
fox.
Somebody's very sad.
I say, is that an animal? Please tell me that's like a human being, like just off camera.
It's James.
That's the angel fox in the background.
They like my symmetry.
There it goes. Okay.
Everybody's so quiet.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Sorry,
it's like
I'm
a golf game. It's
I'm
like,
trying to get ready here.
Isaac on last.
Will Isaac make this shot here?
Yes. Oh my lord, where's our shark call? Okay, share screen. All right, I'll have to do this twice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share the screen of the one drawing I
Oh.
chose. Okay.
like
That's
really
adorable.
I'm
Now, who
wondering-
drew this?
I don't know. It didn't have a name on it. It had a number. It had
Yeah, it was
a
submitted.
JPEG with a number. 68 something something. There was a series of them.
Is this Coleman?
No. So let's see. Rachel's in the chat right now. Is this one of the ones that you submitted?
Oh, I think it is.
She's saying, "Look at that little guy." I don't know if that means it, but if I remember right, it was
Okay.
might have been
Well, we'll see if she responds.
okay.
I thought this is kind of cute, and it's supposed to be a monster.
Mhm.
It's very abstract. What can I turn this into? And so that was the challenge
Yeah.
that I selected. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing that. Why on earth? Stop. Oh, did you
Rachel,
guys
let's
see my
go.
new?
Let's find him out.
Did you see my finished piece? Just
No.
now?
Huh?
No, I didn't see the
No.
finished piece. We just saw
Very odd. I was just sharing the one window, but then it was not letting me see that. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, dude, that's so crazy.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
I'm petting him too, bud.
I'm going in.
Pets.
Yep.
Oh, my
That's-
God.
I tried to go with the shape and the lines that they provided.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I let the eyes be kind of misshapen and kind of turned and whatnot, like the way they kind of appeared in the original lines.
Yeah,
Um,
Nice.
it would have been interesting to translate, but that makes looking at it, it actually makes sense. I absolutely see the decision you made. Yeah, Rachel said it was my friend's little girl. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
Dude, that would be neat to conceptualize, like with real hair and like.
Yeah, that would be a bit much,
Yeah.
would it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to try to.
No.
It's so like its legs aren't actual legs. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a real structure. It's like nightmarish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still cute
Very
though. Like, look at those
amorphous,
eyes.
and I'm like, okay.
And you still got the
yeah.
little lips, like the little like cheesy
Yeah.
style lips.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Who was it that did Howl's Moving Castle?
Miyazaki?
Miyazaki.
Oh, yeah, Miyazaki.
This feels like
Okay.
it going to Miyazaki. Like exploded through. I would. It fits. I like it.
God, it does look Miyazaki, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's yeah.
I like this dude.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
want on a shirt, like a little hoodie.
Yeah, I was like, I want to put this on stuff. This is a really weird creature.
I mean, like a bus.
Yeah.
Good luck,
And the
everyone else.
best part, oh, this is a really good bus sticker.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant the actual creature. Just put him on a bus and watch people freak out.
Oh.
Good luck.
He would be really neat to fabricate to like actually turn into, like a puppet or like a
Yeah.
character,
I feel like it would be chilling in the street and it looks totally normal from behind. And you go to reach out to pet it and just turns.
Hi. Yeah. I've
it,
got
it
6
turns
legs.
around and it has another cat in its mouth.
No.
You shut up.
Instead of a cat meow, it's like a hawk screech or
Right.
something.
Or like a child cry.
The more you guys talk, the scarier this thing's getting.
All right.
I love this thing.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah. Very well done, man.
I like how you approached it too. Like it's just neat. It's like there wasn't like this straight formal structure. It was literally almost space right off.
Yeah, I mean, my first sketch, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna do like creature design, give it actual bone structure, muscle structure, whatever. Make it wasn't turning out quite right. I was
It's like a
like, no,
jellyfish
I need to go more with the abstract of what was provided. So, and then I was happy with it. Yeah.
Totally normal from behind with those extra legs. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine you saw the extra 4 or 2 legs, until you.
Oh,
Kurt-
it's laying down. You can see the legs. It's cuddling down.
Yeah, if it's sitting down, yeah.
All right. Next up, a word from our sponsor. I think. Clique Games.
Woo.
Making small box, quick to play, straight out of the box games for people of all ages. We were just talking earlier, Epic Monster Tavern Party was a prompt for the Pin Click that tied into Epic Monster Tea Party, the game. You should check that one out. It is an awesome episode. And they made
Season 2, episode 1, correct?
I
Yes.
think so.
Yes.
There's so many now. It's hard to tell. But playcogames.com. All of these games are available except the expansion to Epic Monster Tea Party. We ran out of those. But if we have a giant, request for it, we could totally make some more. Hint. But
I heard the guy that did the art on the expansion is really handsome.
Yeah.
Like
Shut up.
stupid handsome.
Like
Hell,
stupid handsome.
no, that Miss Hith and Merc Griffin should be stuffed animals. They're freaking adorable. I love it. But LacoGames.com. Go buy some games.
Woo.
All right, back to the show. Next up, Daryl, I think you had to go almost last time, didn't you?
Yes.
And modest too, Gary. Can't name a cat to save his life, but devilishly handsome.
All right. Let's see. That's probably gonna be obnoxious for you guys.
Oh, someone said sad back there.
You guys see these? I asked my daughters to draw me a monster. So
Oh, that's crazy.
the one on the left is our youngest Cordelia. The one on the right is Persephone. And the funny thing is, usually Persephone is kind of our creepy kid and says stuff that you like lay awake at night going, oh my. And Cordelia is all hearts and flowers. So I thought it was funny that Persephone drew the cute monster and Cordelia, she points at hers and she says, and this over here is a young child that he's going into its head. That's why its eyes are bulging out. Well, that's terrifying.
Girl, you did this job.
See, that kid knows what's up. Oh my god, that's so cute.
My version of Persephone's. His name is Jack, by the way. That's
Of
what
course.
said.
I love that.
I was just going for as fluffy as possible.
Hi, Jack.
I don't know.
Somehow Jim Henson it is.
I know.
I love that.
I
Like
was-
in the
I-
best way. You know?
Yeah, no, I was trying to go a little Muppet, little think about how the hair would all go. I used a Highland cow as my fur reference. So,
Dude, that surface treatment, that
Yeah, man.
hair. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice stuff.
Those shoes, man, they look like they could be cake.
Look at that.
Very true to the reference, like the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You even tried to give it like the sheen in the same manner.
Yeah.
It looks
Come on.
like that.
they are really in both my girls. Everything they draw has that kind of eye. So I was like, I want to like make it like a goat eye.
Yeah.
I don't know what about it,
Yeah.
but so
Yeah, I
that's
thought it
God, I
was
love
people in the
that.
eyes.
You just look so happy.
Persephone's, and then this is Cordelia.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, it's a kid. I was wondering what that. Okay, no, it's
Yeah,
a dead
that's what
kid.
I wouldn't have known either. That's why I asked. She says he is pushing his way into the head of a young child.
Oh my
So that's why his eyes are bulging. So that was the thing I had to get in there.
Dude, this is amazing.
Oh,
Just a blobfish as my
that's frightening. Yeah.
reference for that.
Oh, it's like,
So next year's What Would Gary Do award is gonna go right here. Right there. That's it. That's it.
And he won the last one.
Yeah. I'm so consistent. But, yeah. So
to step their game up if that's the case.
Yeah, I know, man. He's gonna be a clean sweep.
that's funny.
Dude, look at that. I love the brush you use too.
Yeah.
What kind of
There's
brush
like
is that?
I have no idea. It was like one of the first times where I actually like just went through and was like, let's see what this brush does. Because she has them with freckles, so I wanted to make sure I added that. But I was kind of going for like the skin of a blueberry for some reason.
Oh, interesting.
So that's where that came from.
It looks
So
like
how many different types of brushes do you use for this, or did you use?
Usually I just use like 2, but on him there's like 4 or 5.
Do you have a specific brush for hair, or do you just do single swipes with?
No, it's mostly single swipes. Like on this guy, for like some of the deep texture, I used some kind of underneath.
Yeah.
But then everything else is just because I couldn't get it to go the way I wanted it to, with just like a pattern brush.
It's just impressive, man. Like your
Yeah.
sense of textures and stuff, like your scales. You've had scales and hair and fur, and it's just, I don't know. It's your choice of direction that they flow. It just looks organic.
It's almost juicy.
Don't make it weird, Isaac.
You know what I love about your work is that I like that your traditional stuff reflects your digital stuff, and vice versa. Like you could tell it's yours. It's your technique.
Yeah.
You know, either be
There's a good-
traditional or digital. It's close to the same way. I'm just like, dude, that's so cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's what he said.
your
That's why I saw it again. I'm like, I'm distracted.
your blob looks like
Yeah.
is it manta rays that you pet at the aquarium?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that from it.
I went off of a blobfish for some of it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That one that's all like deflated with like the weird big nose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I wanted a reference for the dead kid, and I didn't want to Google that. Macaulay Culkin from My Girl popped into my head. So
Oh my!
Use him for...
He's not nearly swollen enough.
Okay, I see that now. I think it's the white shirt. I was getting Anakin
Yes.
Skywalker.
Oh, nice. I wrote that too. I like that a little bit better. So.
The blob creature is what I imagine it is actually touching my leg when I walk into the ocean.
Please don't be real. Please don't be
real. Yeah, don't fight it face first, apparently.
Yeah.
I want to hug Jack.
I know.
Just like lose yourself in there.
He's gross in his own way. I bet he stinks.
I bet he opens his mouth, it's just rows and rows and rows of teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the back of my mind, I was like, I kind of want to make this like low key creepy, but hers was sweet and innocent, so I decided not to put anything like, a bone sticking out of his hair.
He's dry clean only for sure.
So yeah, those are my two.
Great.
That was awesome.
Techniques, man. I love that.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on different textures because I always feel, especially with my digital stuff, I always felt like everything looked the same. So that's been my...
Well, there's that consistency though. Like that.
There's a thing where even other artists talk about it. It's like where digital work can look too digital, looks too polished. And you're just like, this is digital. And now there's like so many brushes to where you can do that. You can have great surface treatment. You can speckle up the back of your canvas, and it just feels and looks more natural. It feels like their mistakes could happen or mishaps, or it's just not perfect. And I think sometimes we get so much into digital that it looks almost too perfect.
Right.
Kind of like where I don't know if you guys remember, some of you guys are too young to remember, but Image Comics, when it came out, it started doing digital painting, like with its comic pages. It was pretty, but everything looked so shiny and plasticky. It wasn't until you got into like the late 90s into the 2000s is when people started kind of experimenting more. You didn't see the traditional pencil, ink, and coloring. Sometimes you saw someone just do digital with everything. Some people colored everything in pencil. There's just so many different techniques because I think people got tired of like that over refined look and that super duper polished look. But that's just me being a stupid historian. Go ahead, show some.
I just was curious. Did any of you show the kids? Like, if you knew the kids that drew the art, have you shown them yet?
Yeah,
I haven't.
That's why you're supposed to watch the show.
Yeah, I told him to. Apparently though, mine was too tired to eat, so they're probably either like having to go to bed early, and for a full night's sleep before. He was sitting at his dinner table pouting, so I don't know if he'll actually be able to make the show or not.
Maybe he can go to school late tomorrow and watch it in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
All right, next up. Cliff, you want to go?
Sure, I'll go.
I'm waiting for somebody to say no.
absolutely not.
No, I don't want to. No.
Bye.
I can delete anyone from this screen that I like.
Oh, and did Cliff just leave? Oh.
Okay, so you guys are getting a 2-for-1 from me as well, because I have two kids as well.
Can't just do one of them. That's
right?
rule.
You can't pick them.
I mean, you can. You just chose not to. It's easy for me.
just throw a couple weapons down and be like, "Fight for my affection."
I've been tempted to do that. So getting monster drawings from my kids for some reason was like trying to get water out of a rock. They love
you beat it profusely.
But I got a couple out of them, so it worked eventually. So I'll do my daughter's first. She's been reading a lot of Percy Jackson books, so she's really into Greek mythology stuff. And so she drew this pretty lady.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Cool.
That's so cute.
That's one of my favorite monsters.
Gorgon.
Yeah.
That's the cutest Gorgon I've ever seen.
I know.
No, he looks so sad.
Oh.
She has no friends.
Even the snake is sad.
Yeah, the snakes, I think they're empathizing, which is
Yeah.
So cute.
So in my version, she's just kind of hanging out.
Oh.
Well,
still lonely.
That's wonderful. You you did that? What your process was?
Yeah, it's pencil. I started out trying to do an oil painting of it, and that was not working very well. And I spent a lot of time doing that. So I went with the quicker process of I drew it in my sketchbook just with pencil, and then did gouache on top of that, like a wash, and then I did colored pencil on top of the gouache. So
oh, nice. It's so beautiful looking, man.
Yeah, I like that gouache on the rock in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that texture.
Yeah, dude, I love that. You do all that dangerous stuff, like you work on your originals and like draw and paint on them and stuff. Oh, I'm so afraid I'm gonna mess it up. I'm like, I need 9 copies of that drawing. So when I screw it up, I can just go to another one. This is brilliant, man. I think she needs to hang out with Caitlin's.
Yeah, that's
I thought that too.
We did an episode, I believe it was season 1 or season 2? We did the Child of Swamp Thing, and she had Swamp Thing and Medusa.
I think it was season 1.
And yeah, it was like a little Medusa girl that was green.
First day of school.
Yeah, first day of
school. She had a little hamster that was stoned.
I love the animals that you added. Like, it's cool that she could be wearing snakes and still befriend one. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
The dog pose is just awesome.
That's like every dog ever.
Great. Well, I mean, you could have just copped out and did like a normal dog lay down, but like that's like not an easy position to do.
The smushed face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe that dog.
Did you use a reference for that, or do you have a dog that looks like that?
So I used to have a lab that would sleep like that. Like she had a really lazy face, and she could just smoosh it into whatever. And so that pose came to mind because of her. And then I just used reference to figure out what a pug might look like that way.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Like, have to use for like loose references and stuff. Jesus, that's good.
that's
Rabbit's
pretty
awesome too.
Yeah, the texture or like the pattern on the snakes are really cool too.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
So just the overall composition, like how you have her in the dark there, and just like that light, those light objects just popping out. It's just gorgeous, man. Love it. I always love the stuff you do because you're always trying new stuff and experimenting, and it's
I
very.
think they have another animal friend coming. Do you notice how all the snakes are looking over and that one looks?
Like that one. Hey, Alan.
That is super cute. I love that.
And then he asked if we showed them to the kids, and I showed this to my daughter, and she was very excited that I got the freckles on the girl's face. That's, she's like, "Oh, you got the freckles."
Good for you.
You're like, but I did some really cool stuff over here.
Did you see the dog?
Yeah, look at the dog, dude.
So I kept the drawing of the Medusa kind of secret until I was finished with it, but the Pugmera I was showing off because I was super excited about that thing. So that was old news by the time she saw this.
I just like that you just called that a Pugmera.
Yeah. Oh, that's one creature? Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
just like, oh, I guess I just thought there was a.
Yeah, I just assumed they were layered until you said that, and I'm like,
I
oh, there
thought
it
they were
is.
just snuggling. Yeah. Well, it's still cute, I guess.
There's that one. And
Who's
then-
gonna bet that one?
Yeah, yeah. I
Dude,
guess
you
we don't have a
could, like,
choice.
You should make prints of this, man. It's so good. How big is it?
12 by 12 ish.
Good.
Yeah, make some prints of that, dude. That's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. So that's my first one, and then I spent so much time struggling with the oil painted version. This was done probably last week, and so then I still had my son's to do in a couple of days. So that was just in black and white. But there's this one.
Whoa!
Oh wow.
So for his, we had just been looking at bacteria, because one of my cats had some kind of infection with bacteria. So we're looking up bacteria, and he really loved all the stuff sticking out the bacteria. And so he drew this, and then I had the advantage that he was explaining all of this to me. I don't know if can you guys see my pointer?
Yeah.
Okay. So he started with the box, and then he was drawing all the legs, and then he drew the head, and he's like, these are mouths, and these are eyes, and this is the nose, and then big eyeball right in the middle. Well, I didn't have to decipher anything with that one.
I held you by the hand, yeah.
Yeah.
I love the car for scale.
Oh my god.
So how big is this bacteria? Bigger than a car.
Oh, that is great.
I think you're just showing off drawing a bug. That's not easy to draw.
I just hate drawing cars, period.
Yeah, I know.
The fact you did it for fun is like, damn, dude.
Yeah, you could have just done a
Nice.
first, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool,
and
man.
That's so cool.
I showed the final to him, and he's like, why are there mouths on his head? Because he's got the memory of a goldfish, and he totally no drawing.
This is why we were worried if kids were watching. Sorry, kid.
That's not what I drew. What are you?
Yeah.
What is that? He said he's not square enough. He's too round, and legs going all over. I drew legs everywhere.
It's like a top view.
Like dealing with like clients and game companies sometimes, I feel like. That's just real life.
Yeah. And that's one important lesson here is that you get reference photos from kids, but it's not that wildly different with some clients. Like they change their mind or completely forget what they sent you, or Draco, he seems very obedient of traffic laws. He does. He's just fascinated by the car in front of him. Get off your phone.
So,
He's so fun. Yeah.
For some reason, I keep thinking James is in that bug. He's a big Volkswagen guy, so I'm like, James is in there. Be careful, James.
He's looking in the mirror, like, look at this chump.
Quit riding my tail.
I don't care how many eyes you have. Step back.
Yeah, I always love your pencil work too, man. Like, so, like Cliff had like this little book that he said is like one. How many are there that exist? Like,
I had 5 printed, but I only bound one. So you have the only one technically bound book. So
yes, I'm the only one that has that book, and it is awesome. Actually, it's right there on my art book shelf right now. It is so cool, man. So sometimes I'll go back and look at those drawings and stuff. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, Draco threw out there that he seemed very obedient of traffic laws. Yeah, Rachel countered with, "I'd hate to be stuck in front of that in traffic. Can you imagine the obscenities coming out of those mouths?"
It'd be worse to be stuck behind it, I think.
Yeah.
All those little dangly
Yeah, you don't know what you're looking at.
Oh, yeah. Very true.
Mysterious Anatomy 101.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep your wipers handy.
Where's bones?
All right, I am trying to pull up our next sponsor. Nope. Nope, that doesn't work. It is VisionCon, Pop Culture Convention.
VCon.
Share my screen. Do you see VisionCon?
Yep.
Okay. Wasn't sure I shared the right one. VisionCon.net. October 13th through 15th, the Springfield Expo Center. Tickets on sale now. They've got a lot of exciting things coming up. I can't freeze that, can I? Doggone it.
Yeah.
Those are the guests announced so far. We've been announcing guests every Friday in March. There's one more tomorrow. I'm extra excited about. I get to interview that person if they don't land.
Is that who I think that is?
Maybe. It's from a show I love. And
okay, it's from a show. I thought it was from a movie. I thought he was a certain someone from a movie because the head shape looked like it, and I was like, please let it be that person. But I don't think it's gonna be that person.
I don't know, but
they're gonna have to be awesome to top Mr. Kevin Keffy.
I think last time I was at VisionCon was the first time I ever fangirled because I got to have Nurse Joy sign my Pokemon hat.
I got to interview Jewel State from Firefly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I got to hear George Lowe rap "Same Old Song" by Digital Underground. To me, personally, it was me, him, and my friend at the time, and he did it. And I was just like, "This is the coolest thing that no one's ever gonna believe happened." He did the whole Space Ghost rap digital. Space Ghost rap Digital Underground to me. It is the coolest thing ever.
First year I worked with VisionCon, George Lowe was a guest. Then COVID happened. The next live one we had, he just told us he was coming.
Yeah.
He didn't have to ask. He just said, and so this year we just had a meeting this week, and I'm like, George Lowe's coming, right? He's not on the list yet, but I'm like, don't we just have get a booth for him every year? Isn't that just his spot? Fingers crossed. He's fun. If you guys have never seen him in person,
I have so much merch. He's written entire thesis papers and stories and inappropriate jokes off of so many of my figures.
he like did my whole Danger Doom album. Like just like totally just did the insides all up, man. Like
all right, somebody tag George Lowe and tell him we're loving on him right now.
Oh, and on the spine he wrote the shizzle.
Well, back to VisionCon.
Yeah.
Next guest announcement noon Friday tomorrow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And there are more guests coming. They're just not signed yet. But the last signed guest so far tomorrow. And there are a nonprofit all volunteer con. Abundant Blessings is their charity this year. So any profit made will go to Abundant Blessings. And they provide clothing in a boutique-like setting for foster children and children in need, which is a wonderful, wonderful organization. So the kids get to go in and shop for their clothing, even though it's free. They go through like they bought it at a store. It's like, and it's just makes them feel good about themselves, not like it's a handout. And it's a really nice thing somebody's doing. And VisionCon is supporting that. When you support VisionCon, you also support Abundant Blessings. So buy some tickets, people.
Yeah.
I think I told the important things. October, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
So
and Clever Kaiju will be there doing panels.
Kaiju will be there.
Yes, I will be doing a panel on horror and how my process is and how I think about doing my illustrations and my character design and creature design. So
that is the perfect Friday the 13th weekend to do
yeah. I live and breathe that stuff. Obviously.
All right. I like it when we do a commercial and everybody reminisces about going to that con. It's fun.
Yeah. It was the beginning for a lot of people, for myself, and a lot. You know, I think it was VisionCon and Shanda and Josh that kind of welcomed me in and became a tradition. So
Huge shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
What's up, Shannon and Josh?
Yeah. We might try and get Josh in season 4 for sure.
Yeah, if we could capture him.
Yeah, I know.
Without it
He's like a Pokemon.
Say, I've heard some behind the scenes stuff at the meetings, and you guys need to follow their pages because when everything is official, there's at least 2 gigantic announcements coming. It's gonna blow your mind. It blew my mind, so it needs to happen. I'm having a horrible time not saying it.
We'll get you after the show.
Nope. I've had people try. I can't. It's too big. It's too exciting. If it doesn't happen, it'd be too much of a letdown. So back to the show. He hasn't gone yet. Josh, would you like to go next?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think he's muted.
Oh.
Yes, I would love to go.
Finally, he says.
All right. Let me pull up the kids drawing. Here we go. Okay. All right, so I picked Eli's drawing. A lot of them were pretty difficult to interpret, and I picked the easy way out. Who the artist Eli, I thought the composition was really good, like as is, and it was a really interesting monster to look at and interpret.
And he named it.
Yeah, he went all 9 yards.
Way to go, Eli.
Huge shout out to Eli and Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked. Dude.
Yeah, I went at it as like a Pokemon kind of monster where I was like, it's got to be a water, like in the water. It looks like an octopus kind of with like, it looks like if an umbrella was opened up underneath an octopus and then
I like how D&D it looks, and I also love the painting technique too. That's very Monster Manual. I love that.
That coloring got my attention. I love that.
What's that?
The coloring. I love that.
Yes.
My attention.
Yeah, I tried not to do like any hard, like heavy black lines on it.
That is awesome. Love the different eye colors too.
Yeah.
That came out great. On the little head.
Yeah, it looked like he had a little helmet on in the original drawing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it did, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have gone like Sesame Street count, which was low hanging fruit, but
yeah, no, I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, he had the composition down, or they did. So I just took it and ran with it.
I just like how you did like the water and like how you set it up in the background. You got the light coming through the trees. You know, I really dig it, man.
Thank you.
Great piece.
Running up at me.
What's that?
I said I feel pretty fucking spooked if this man right as I look down the creek and it's just running at me.
It's in the water because it wants to be. Like it obviously doesn't have to be in there to survive. Like
it doesn't run normally. It like runs like this.
It's in absolute control of everything, and you're helpless.
It's coming after you right after you feel that blob touch your leg.
But yet still whispering sweet
putting,
nothings.
Like a boot or like an arm or something in the water, but I should have, looking back at it.
It's never too late, my friend.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this.
That is awesome. Man. I really like your painted stuff, man. It's really
Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to.
These are great too.
Do new things.
Yeah. Oh man, I knew this would be my favorite one to watch as well, seeing everyone else's art.
Yeah.
Well, because Josh, from what I know, he normally works in positive negative, like black and white, gray tones sometimes. So like it's really neat seeing him like mix the two or do something like this. I love it when people like him, Nate last month did the D&D character, but he painted the whole thing instead of doing vector. And I knew this in the beginning because he was really mad about it. He was like, "Oh, this isn't going where I wanted to," and I'm just like, "Dude, that looks fine." And I don't know if you went through that too, Josh, where it's like you had that period of that transition between hard lines, black and white, to painterly, almost sculpting and drawing at the same time. So it can be a really hard transition. But you guys went through it pretty smoothly, man. And I can't wait to see your guys' painted stuff.
Yeah, this doesn't look like you struggled at all, man. This is
I know.
No,
especially for as odd shaped as it is, somehow it still makes sense, and that's what's weird.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like,
that's what's impressive.
Oh, nice.
I
So
love
that's
it.
the
It's
sketch
like
right
like this.
Is this on your phone?
No, this is on my iPad.
Okay. I would say your dimensions were very vertical.
yeah. I just set everything on like 11 by 17.
I got you now. Okay, I got you.
But yep. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Have they seen it?
No, I don't know the artist.
Okay.
Really? Yeah.
No, you're talking about Eli?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Chase's son, mine and Haley's boss from Attack Wagon.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
his son that did that. So
cool.
He's a little creature creator himself.
Make sure.
Thank you, Eli. You've made some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We need to share all these after the show, but some of the friends.
Yes.
That'd be so cute. Okay, Gary, how about Mr. I Can't Go First or Last?
Hey, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I've been in here a hot minute without showing anything, so let's do it. Let's see. So I did an Eli drawing as well. The kids got some I saw this, I was like, I gotta do that.
That's brutal.
I have to do that.
Yeah.
I saw this and I was like, it is my destiny to do this.
Gary, I think Eli needs to join the Kaiju battle next
I know, I'm just...
I know, right? If you're out there, buddy. Come on.
Okay, that's funny.
Is he farting lightning?
What's that?
Is he farting lightning?
I think he's bleeding.
He's bleeding out.
He's bleeding out his tail.
He's getting cork on the mixed monster. He has like stitches all over him. Like around the neck, and he's got drool and
he's
stuff.
just mad.
Weapons and he's just like made like Frankenstein a little bit. And it's all like, well, I'm a big classic monsters fan, obviously, and I was just like, dude, that right there. So I don't know. I kind of kept it somewhat light.
Nice. I like it.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
There we go.
Look at him.
Add a little bit like the amphibious like fins, and then like the cat paw and the bear paw, bird leg, and just stitches around the neck. I really loved in his drawing where he gave him like these big old like eyebrows and like the dark circles under the eyes, and I'm like, I can do a lot with that, like expression and everything. That'd be wicked. I was gonna do a version that had like the swords in it, like, stuck in them and coming out. I was like, I don't want to draw a bunch of swords. I don't have to.
I mean, you could have copied and pasted them. We wouldn't judge you.
But if you noticed, I also kind of kept the same hills and rocks as Eli had in his drawing.
Yeah.
So he's got like
he made a full scene,
Right. Yeah, I know, right? He has like the little. Come on, there we go. So he's got like little hills and rocks. I just did the same thing, just kind of keeping the environment roughly the same, and I had a lot of fun with this because I felt like there wasn't a lot of pressure doing this, and it was just fun because you were going off of someone they don't have the set of rules in our heads in their heads like we have in ours when it comes to stuff. So when they create something and create monsters, especially, they just go wild. You know, like Cliff, you're talking about your son wanting to do like this crazy bacteria thing. I wouldn't have thought of anything like that. I wouldn't have thought of anything like this.
That's
like,
not science yet.
Crazy. Yes, it's science.
Eventually, we're gonna be like, we think we saw this coming. Actually,
well, sometimes I hate that we think with logic, especially when it comes to this stuff. I mean, this is just I love this. I love doing this, and I love the imagination of kids. And
Gary, you know what I kind of don't like about this?
what?
That looks like Merv Griffin's foot.
not Merv Griffin, the game show guy from Epic Monster Tea Party.
You think he swiped his own design?
Yeah. I think
like it's a bird foot.
All bird feet are the same.
Dude, he should be an epic Monster Tavern Party.
I honestly thought that the second this popped up, I'm like, that looks like it could be in that world.
That's what I'm saying, man. That would be really cool. And he can hold like 3 cups of tea. Or
like
booze.
Rachel has dubbed him Frankenzilla.
Yeah,
there you
go.
Yeah.
It's
Corcon will not take new name. Corcon is Corcon.
Epic Monster Tea Party abomination. Like all of them put together.
Nice.
Well, one of the things I pictured this guy doing, like his species, is like they go out to like graveyards and like killing fields and they just collect parts. And they just
the harvesters.
Bodies, and they like, you know, they function. Like if there's like a bunch of dead elephants or something, they would just go over there, take the pieces they want, put them on their bodies, and skedaddle. You know?
And that'll hold up in
I
court.
kind of picture this thing functioning, or it goes to a graveyard and it eats bodies and does what it needs to do, kind of thing. But I didn't want to get that gross with it, so
that smile is 100% original.
Gross I was going to get with it. So, yeah, guys, thanks for taking a look.
Well done, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Killed it.
So was I the only one that was making the monster noises in my head or out loud while drawing?
Nope.
No.
I was gonna say 'cause a couple of these I could hear for sure whenever they came up.
What does the blobfish sound like?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
He just a blah, 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 blah. That's it.
It sounds like he's mocking you.
Yeah.
He just sounds like he's constantly breathing out, not in, just always breathing out, just a long sigh.
Look at me, I'm doing clones, I draw things. Blah 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 blah.
They were mocking me.
Everybody, real quick at the same time, make your monster's noise.
Nobody waited for it.
Whoa.
Well, you can't hear mine actually, for good reason.
Well, we haven't seen it yet, so.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean we should see it now?
Yeah, let's see it, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good lead in.
All right. All right. So this is the character sheet that I had to choose from.
Oh,
this is cool.
There's a lot of them. So this is
this.
Coleman Deckard. This is actually my nephew, and he fills pages full of stories, and he tells a bunch of little tiny stories. He started actually visiting for my aunt, his aunt, my wife would bring him to conventions, and he sat in with Gary's panel on character design. So this one of these pages, and he started doing silhouettes just like Gary does, just to try and figure out shape language and everything. He's 10 years old. The one that in particular that I was focused on was actually a few of them, but this guy right here.
The peeing guy, yes!
The guy
How would you say that?
Struck by lightning so hard he peed himself. And then this dude over here who had, like, of course, gross. Because gross. But yeah. So Coleman Deckard, 10 years old.
That's incredible.
I'm going to switch it up to my version. Hold on. I guess I gotta maybe change how I did this. All right, so stop share that, but then I'm going to share this.
Feels like a margin from Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Oh, nice. Oh, and I love the Last of Us guy on there too. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Last
The Among
of
Us
Us?
guy, yeah. Because if you look in the other image, he's got little Among Us people all over.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah.
Dude,
Now-
that kid is Martin Hanford, man. Like all the. Do you guys know who Martin Hanford is?
You
Yeah.
mentioned it before, yeah.
Where's Waldo? He does
Yeah.
all the Where's Waldo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid's gonna be the next Martin Hanford, man. That's a lot of drawing he did.
Oh, Nate,
So-
it looks so
So I got to
Yeah.
play with the glow effects, and there was actually a handful, like a couple of, like there's a pen and a brush, glow brush in like Procreate, but then I figured out how to balance layers using like Gaussian blur, which I thought was fascinating. So a lot of other things started to like get glowy and cool looking. So I was just playing with different layer effects and layer like transitions and whatnot. But no, I figured let's see if, I don't know if maybe I can. Do you see the drawing? I brought up the drawing again. Is that?
No, just
I love the
It
face
just shows there?
disintegration too. By the way, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the
he's
first-
got like in the original, he has like a shriveled, almost like bird skull, or maybe the burnt up skull. I didn't know, so I kind of wanted to capture that a bit, like he's some sort of like spaceman bird alien creature. And of course, you know, in reference to what Gary was mentioning about the logic behind, well, how does a guy pee his spacesuit, especially outside of his suit? So it's fine. He's got a tube.
That looks like more than just pee.
Well, probably. I've never been struck by lightning in space. You're watching an origin story here. This could be a villain or a hero, and you're worried about what this is. Okay.
Severely dehydrated.
Dude, I just love that lighting, man. That lighting is so cool, dude. I haven't seen you do any lighting stuff like this before.
No, it was fun. I got a little carried away
really
and then
like
added some
it.
textures. Like,
Are you gonna do that with more of your stuff?
you know, I'd like to. Like, honestly, I touched on a little bit on the D&D one as like shine on the armor.
Yeah.
And I was actually gonna go like J.J. Abrams with it and do some lens flares, but I didn't get to it. I just kept layering on different things. But
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I figured it was
texture
bright and
brushes,
colorful,
too.
and there was an Among Us guy in there, so I figured a kid should like it. It's kind of what, you know.
Like what the kids like now. That's awesome.
The coloring is throwing me back to your Epic Monster Tavern party.
You have got Epic Monster Tavern
I know,
Party
it's
in the
in the head.
brain.
Actually, she's not entirely wrong. The background, I relayered and remasked the same nebula that I used in the Epic Monster Tavern Party piece.
Oh, that's funny.
For the background, I remixed some of the panels, and then I remasked it and then used it for the background here. So
That's funny.
See, I'm not crazy.
yep, that was a good catch. That was a good eye. So yeah, he and
Are we gonna have to do Epic Monster Tavern Party again?
he and Crooner Cthulhu are buddies. I guess they live in the same universe.
They had drinks right before this. That's why
Right,
they
yeah.
felt so good.
That's why his face looks like that.
But yep.
I gotta be old and ask, what is Among Us?
It's a game where it's an online
It's like the
based game
thing.
where you got one person who is the imposter, whose basically goal is to go through you have a whole ship full of crew members that are to go around and fix up the ship, and each of the jobs you have to do are like little puzzles. But while you're doing these puzzles, one of you is an imposter going around trying to kill off everyone else on the ship.
It's the thing.
And so you have to figure out who is the imposter and accuse them and eject them out of the ship. You know.
Well, that sounds fun.
And it's cute and adorable, but pretty brutal. And it's fun, but oh, it's awesome. Coleman loves it. Good, he sees it. Well, hey, glad you got to see it.
What's up, Coleman?
You must have finished his dinner. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get you a print of this, bud. We'll get it made. And... Yeah, a lot of this was just like, oh, I can make that glow. I can make that glow, and then I added some like, yeah, I got a little crazy, but
I love how you just made the glass those two glowing lines.
it wasn't originally. I wanted to get rid of the hard lines because I was like, that would be weird, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's cool.
Good choices were made. Make it
awesome. It's like space helmets don't look like that. They're not fish bowls. It reminded me of Earthworm Jim, his villain, the crow in the spacesuit.
Oh yeah.
Like halfway through, I'm just like, I'm ripping him off, aren't I?
Oh, I didn't even think of Psychro when I saw this.
Psychro, that's it.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I actually kind of like. I'd like to see you redraw this character doing something else. It's a pretty neat looking character.
Yeah, make it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this could be an origin story. It could be. You
should put him in your comic somehow and not pay your nephew royalties.
Just a floating fish bowl with this disintegrated skull.
Yeah.
I'm still alive. Yeah.
Of course you are.
Uh-huh. Alrighty.
Just sadly dragging his P tube behind him.
that's oddly just not stopping flowing pee. Like, it's not even mine anymore. Like, I don't even know whose that is.
Yeah. Aren't you dead? How's that happening?
Yeah.
Ah, this is good stuff.
All right, we have got
cracking me up.
2 more artists to go and 2 more sponsors to go. So we
do the commercial thing.
Do the commercial thing. We are going to talk about. Do you see Tremendicon? I hope you do. Tremendicon.com. This one's coming up a little sooner, July 7th through 9th.
Yes.
Tickets available now. There are some vendor booths left. They are selling out.
Yeah, they're going fast.
They're going fast. We have a few guests announced. We have a lot more to announce.
They will be up Sunday too, so go visit the site on Sunday, and all the guests will be up. We have them booked. We just haven't put them up yet.
This is my little service announcement. I hope they're watching. Send your agreements back so we know you're coming.
Yeah, do it. But one thing I do, if I can say something really quick, one of the many things I like about this show are the amount of networking and the amount of collaborations that came out of this from last year. I can't even imagine what this year is going to be like, just because last year there was just so many creatives there, and there's so many people just talking to each other, both pros and people who are starting out, and game companies, and I think some people were doing some publishing out there too. And you had guys like Cullen and Phil Hester and my friend Chris Moston, the guy he is doing like these cryptid paintings. Cliff, I think you would like his stuff a lot too. Man, his stuff was great too, and I bought some original art from him. I bought some original art from Brian Koshik, who did the Clone Wars. He's brilliant. Just come out and just see all these brilliant creatives, man, from writers to makers to sculptors to movie people to music producers. Come out and see these brilliant people.
I got to meet Phil Hester, who signed his run, the entire run of Wonder Woman comics I had that he wrote, and then drew a Wonder Woman for me. Nice. I was so tickled.
That's incredible.
He did portfolio reviews. You did them too, Gary, right?
Yep.
The portfolio reviews. It's put on by creators for creators and the people that love those tremendous creations. I still love that tagline. So yeah, it's to inspire, educate. If you want to be creative or just enjoy the creations, this counts for all of you. And real quick, it's focusing on artists, writers, game design, cosplay, comic books, multimedia, which includes film,
music,
theater, music, anything that might have its own track in the future, makers, and then kids programming. Bring your kids. We are going to have stuff to teach them to be creative, to turn them into the nerds that we are. Future nerd.
One
Oh,
of
guys!
us.
Also, keep in mind when we say game design, we mean tabletop, RPG, and video games. So, like, if it's a game and your game design, that's what we mean. So it's all across the board there.
Plus a game room to play games all weekend.
Yes.
Come on out. Tremendicon.com, July 7th through 9th at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center.
And it's the week after the 4th of July, so you won't be hungover. Come to the convention.
That's awful bold of you to assume.
I know.
Yeah.
That feels like a challenge.
All right, I'll see you there.
Nobody
Accepted.
presenting panels makes it
Yeah.
until Monday. The Monday after con. We'll tie it on Sunday. How's that sound? All right. All right. Who is left? I have two of you. I have Nate,
Nope.
No, James and Haley.
James, and Haley left.
I've never gone last before.
I don't know if
This
that's
James right in front of
Be
the-
ashamed to start now.
I guess James is next then.
All right. Next victim.
Well, he's been first the last 2 times.
Yeah, dude.
He's the guy that suffers in silence. You know, like, you poor thing. Say something. Like, I'm tired of this.
All right. So I'm doing my
Oh, that thing is wicked.
doing my.
I love it when they're even confused by their thing. Like a cat goat thing.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it.
It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Kids don't care. They don't care about what we think.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I probably went too literal on it, but
God, that's so cute, though.
Oh, look at him. You
I
got
want one of those.
You.
look at his little attitude, little calico goat. That's
Oh my God, the thing's actually so
Like bite you and then gore you.
oh yeah.
cute.
Like, it'll take head scritchings, but
I don't know, like a cat that's the size of a goat is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that is great. Love that brush too, by the way. I know I say that every episode, but man, I love that brush. Love it. That's a Photoshop brush, right?
yeah.
which one's that?
That's
The
nice.
tapered lines?
What's that, Nate?
The tapered line?
Yeah,
is
the
it-
dark lines.
Yeah.
And this is all painted with the same brush.
Nice.
Dude.
Just imagining a hillside of these little bastards.
Just
Like
the
almost
sound they make.
completely
Like,
vertical.
That's
human
just, like,
screams
when a
with cat yells mixed in.
Yeah.
That'd be-
You just gotta watch it because they get behind a rock and sneak up on you and then pounce on you.
and then lay on you and nap.
Yeah.
You making biscuits?
They
Gosh.
trick you into a belly rub and then attack.
I love that you gave it the goat eyes too.
Yeah.
That's just-
Yeah.
There's a big goat eye trend tonight.
Yeah.
Love it. God, I love this. And the grass, of course, is great.
Head scritches or head bonks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gamble. Choose wisely.
Well, dude, I love that you have like the brush with the bright colors and stuff, and like some contours, and then like the grass doesn't have any contours. It's like super solid. It's like perfect, dude. I love it. It's like you and Nate think like animators, and I love that. You guys,
It's like, what's cheaper? Because we can do a lot, but can you afford it?
don't sell yourself.
Nobody's
short,
more
man.
worried
That
about your
is
wallet
good
than us.
stuff. Yeah. You sound like a credit card commercial.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jay's like, how did you approach the position? Like, did you sketch a bunch of them, or were you just like, I know what position this guy needs to be in? Or how
I
did
just started looking at pictures of goats and I'm like, okay, that body type looks kind of cool. Colors in with the fur.
Unfortunately,
It's so
it looks like
clean.
something I had a hiccup on the internet here. It looks like it's back up and running. It was free. It froze for a few seconds, but
Uh-oh.
it looks like we're back. So, game on. So yeah, anything vital you described, please go back over. Would you, James?
I was just talking about the calico cat and the painting the fur was fun, especially on the head.
What
I love
brush?
that you gave the long chin hair too.
Yeah,
That's pretty rad. I like that.
What brush is that? Is it naturally tapered that way?
No, it's the stumpy pencil brush.
And then you taper it that way? Like with
So
your hands,
it's
with
just
your
mostly
stroke?
just settings. I'll pull up the brushes here. So we've got the stumpy pencil brush, and then into the brush settings, I just turn on the transfer.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you okay, cool.
And shape dynamics.
Nice.
So it's
And
based
then,
on
of
pressure?
course- Huh?
So it's based on pressure?
Yeah, but since I don't have a proper tablet,
Oh, I
got a
see.
sheet,
I got
so
you
I'll
now.
use-
Yeah.
And then switch back to the brush. It doesn't need to be. There's the outline of the brush.
Wait, are you doing this with a mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
asking
really
him. What? It's no big deal.
So there's your.
Yeah. I was just curious how you got the tapers on the end, like with a. But that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been needing to buy a new tablet thing, and I haven't done it. So yeah, this is all.
Dude, I've got a bamboo you can borrow.
Well, I've got Anna's, but for some reason, I think one of the USB ports on my computer is going down because I lost a mouse, and then when I plugged the mouse back into that USB port, it died as well, and then the Wacom tablet's not acting right. So I just think there's something wrong with the USB ports on this computer. So
No, that's
but
really
it's
cool.
weird
Man.
because it's not just one port, it's all of them. So I don't know if it's a driver or what the hell's going on.
You put all the goat in the right places and all the cat in the right places.
Yeah, I know. He's got that the right amount of sass, and then the foot placement is perfect for.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the base sketch. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's believable. Both sides of it is believable. Like I kind of want one of those. Kind of.
Yeah, me too. I have a small one of
That's a very D&D creature as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking Pokemon the whole time I was drawing it.
Really, I look at it and think D&D.
Yeah, I think Zelda maybe. Like you stumble on one.
Yeah.
I have been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild lately.
Yeah, so have I. Yeah.
Mostly because I forgot the storyline and haven't played it, and the new one's coming out.
Yeah. I want to see this guy like biped with armor though.
We need a sponsor that would like to create stuffed animals and miniatures of all of our characters.
I really thought you were going to say a taxidermist.
That would definitely be a horror show. Yikes. Ew. Okay.
Taxidermy just disturbs me. I think it's just pretty much, just bury it, let it die.
It would be extra disturbing if they took a cat and a goat and made that.
Well, I've seen them do the jackalopes where they take the antlers and
Oh yeah.
Put 'em on the rabbit.
yeah.
They desecrate
Dude,
two animals at
I'm
once.
not gonna lie. There's a guy who does taxidermy, and it's so funny. He has like squirrels and chipmunks, and they have like little suits on, and they're like having tea, and like there's one with two squirrels like sword fighting, and like one's like
There's a girl in northern Arkansas that I want to reach out to because she takes little dead rats and taxidermies to be on stripper poles. Yeah.
See, there's a market for it.
Yeah.
There's
There's one who
Were
deliberately
they
does it
featured in the
badly.
Wednesday TV series?
Yeah.
'Cause didn't she have a?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's plenty of rats to taxidermy.
Right.
So
You take like a badger and put googly eyes on it. There was a guy that does, and I don't know if he does it on purpose or if he's like deliberately bad at it, but
and I want to buy bad taxidermy. We want to find the really goofy taxidermy.
yeah, I put one in my tattoo station, like a
Yeah.
like an otter with googly eyes, and that'd be fun.
Well, on that note, Haley.
Yep, here we
Is there
go.
something with googly eyes?
No. All right. Can you guys see me?
He says you are sharing a screen, yeah. So we see there is a screen.
Yeah. Yes, screen. Me, the screen. So here is the image I chose. I liked I don't know if it was intentional with the erase marks, but it just looked like cool textures and almost scales. And I saw what I assumed was like the little baby, and there was just enough information for me to be excited about what I could turn it into while still being really simple and like a challenge. So grabbed that, and then I did these initial sketches because I'm a freak. And then we eventually went with option A.
Oh, Rachel says it's one of my kiddos.
Yay! I had a blast. Okay. And this was the beginning sketches of it all. Then
so cool.
The finished version.
Yes.
That's so cool.
I wasn't here for the pen click, so I wrote a description of it, which I'm now very glad I did, so I can read this back to you guys because I forgot a lot of it. But I essentially imagined these little homies to be a mixture of like a cat, bear, dog-esque personality, where, you know, in the wild they might have been a little bit more fearsome. I always viewed them as omnivores, but as they've gotten tamed, they've gotten more like just big puppy dog personalities. I imagine them kind of in herd situations. The texture on the back, I turned into this whole like, you know, they were out in the wild. We saw that they had these minerals growing off their back that they would naturally like lean up and scratch off onto the ground. Found out that there was, you know, iron, salt, all this important stuff. So take them in, start breeding them for like specific minerals, and they have different lines. And man, my thought process for this is fantasy novel size, because I just get excited about these creatures.
Really cool.
I love how the little baby's back is starting to grow into that.
Yeah.
I had to jump. Yeah, the little guy.
I love their tails.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get the little size reference.
Yes. Gotta do the scale.
Gotta do the
scale. I missed the double tail on the kid sketch. Nice eye. Good eye.
Oh, I called him the Dangu, apparently. The mighty Dangu.
Dan, go.
Dangu. Well, I didn't think I would be here to talk to you guys about it, so I wanted to make sure it was said right.
Oh, Rachel says it's so cute, and she have to show Q in the morning.
Good.
I picture like a herd of them all sleeping like right next to each other, so that they just kind of look like rocky ground.
Yeah.
They all wake up and like stand and separate.
The predators.
I imagine them as omnivores.
Oh no, they'd sleep together and look like a hill for for predators. That's such a sweet design. God, it's a sweet design.
And then I realized I was a week early. And so
that's right.
Went back and went into my sketchbook and sketched something traditionally, and then brought it here. And I got the second sketch going of what I imagined like a little bit of armor, like if it was a traveling caravan of maybe some like court jesters or even just traders, using them to travel about.
I love that. It's so well done. It seems like an animal that you would love to like take on like far trips. Like they've got the like they've got the strength and you know, the weathering for, you know, like big trips.
I started to render it and do flats, but I didn't like the rendering. But these were the flats that I put in for it. I rendered the body up a little bit, but got a little frustrated, so I just kind of stopped. But this was the bit.
Oh, there he is.
Little traditional sketch.
That's
How
so
big
cool.
is that sketch?
It is. I'll show you at the end, so I don't have to reshare. I have my little Moleskine next to me.
Oh,
It's
I
very
see.
very small sketch, but
Yeah, I like the shapes that you used.
There's so
He's
much thought put into this too. I love it.
Yeah, I have like a full Pokédex entry worth of information.
The way I got into creature design was I was inspired by Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I just love
Oh,
Monster
yeah.
Hunter and back. And so I love like crazy creatures that have no rhyme or reason to exist. But I more so enjoy creatures that have reason and purpose. And like, as I'm sketching this out, I'm thinking of the bones and the anatomy and making sure it doesn't look like, you know, break its little foot when it steps on it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
I want it to feel real.
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 Yeah, it looks great.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, you should definitely like put those all together and use it for a portfolio piece or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And there's a few even on like the little initial sketches that I did that part of me wants to go back and work on them a little more. It was a close race between A and C between everybody that I asked.
Yeah.
I think C was the first one I drew. I think A was actually the last one that I drew out of all of these.
B is really nice. I like how lean it is. It looks more like a more like a pack version of.
B feels like a predator.
Yeah.
Right, like a pack predator. Than
This is so this is my Moleskine, just a little
dude.
and then this was the initial sketch of the mighty. But yeah. I love stuff like this. I love creature design. I suck at writing stories until it comes to creature design, and then I'll have like
here's a list of ideas. Make it cool, but here's what they look like. Very cool. Yeah, very impressive.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I love seeing the layers, but I also love seeing when you guys show the sketches before they even get into your computer. I love that.
I think it's very important, especially on this show. We're not just a bunch of artists going, oh, look at this cool stuff we make. I like the fact that we can talk about our processes, and I noticed that some of us pick up things off of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'll see something, I'm like, I know where you got that from, fool.
So it's like 30 layers of decisions that I'm afraid to make and commit to. So it's like, oh, this little bulb over here is one whole layer. So it's like, but I'm like, I'm not alone. So, you know, except for you traditional kids.
We have one more sponsor to talk about. We have some, not really, like fan art, I guess, but they're artists that are the fans.
Community artists, yeah.
So it's like elevated fan art.
Yeah.
We need a name for it for the show.
Yeah, I mean, because some of it's fan, like in this case, one of them was directly inspired by the episode. The others, I think maybe we might have made it a little more comfortable for them to share, like their role playing and D&D characters that they do anyway. So I don't know if it's
Anybody
inspired
watching,
or.
That's your assignment. Come up with a name for it.
Yeah.
'Cause we need to
The
share
community,
more
it's a
art.
community spotlight at the very least. You know?
There, community spotlight. I love that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you know some kiddos, have them draw some pictures. You redraw it and share it in the Discord. Share it on a Facebook page.
Force your kids to do art and don't stop.
Yeah.
Want to make more nerds? Just made that clear. Let me see where to, and then we'll end with the plug zone, so you can find out where you can see more from these amazing artists. So next up, you guys talk. I will share your website, and you talk about Clever Kaiju. Oh, I have to pull it up first. That would help. All right. Clever Kaiju. Who's plugging it?
I suppose I can. Yeah. So Clever Kaiju is a visual art and comic production and animation studio formed by myself, Isaac Crawford, Gary Bedell, and no, and James Rutherford. Sorry, it was meant to be a joke, and then I got to. It wasn't funny enough. It wasn't funny enough. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're
No. So we're a production studio with focus on community outreach, and as for bringing in other artists from all walks of life, all different levels of their careers, from beginners all the way to like seasoned like professionals in the industry, to collaborate and to learn from, or also to teach other artists. So we have our community is built on Discord currently. We started it just before COVID, so then when we were forced online, most of our community was built on Discord, and we're building a YouTube site currently for actual like educational and demonstration video content. But in the meantime, we've been building just communication with other artists, and the Pen Clique is a huge product of that. Most of the artists on the Pen Clique keep in touch and keep track of each other through our Discord. So if you are an artist, whether you're wanting to just kind of learn and be a part of a community, or do you are looking for an opportunity to become a part of the studio side, or help educate other artists, like with your experience, then by all means, like join us on Discord at Clever Kaiju.
Yay!
There's a lot going on that Discord community. There's constant just inspiration, different folks putting stuff on there, like all sorts of different 3D and character design. It's across the board. It's impressive.
I've seen photography on there.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything. You guys have been sharing some fun stuff on your social media too.
Yeah.
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 There's been a lot of cool sketchbook stuff on the Discord lately too. I really like that. And it's like, whoa, this has been really active. So I'm enjoying seeing all the sketchbook stuff, guys. Keep it coming.
Get on the Discord, check it out. See more of this awesomeness. Speaking of more of this awesomeness, Nate, you've got some community spotlight.
Yeah, so in our Discord, one of submissions, it was let me actually bring up the post. One of the spotlights, and it was we have so many servers here.
Now, were these all the D&D inspired?
Yeah, I think, okay, so then this one was in our sketchbooks, I think. So in sketchbooks, there was a submission, and I believe she's here actually with us in the chat. Known in our Discord server as Mew Mouse. Inspired by last night's Pen Clique, which was back then. I made myself into a kobold monk. Let me pull that up real quick.
Oh yeah, for anyone that didn't see it, they didn't just draw characters, they drew themselves as characters.
Oh, fun.
So here's a pencil drawing into a kobold monk, complete with mimic backpack. This was fun. I was trying to decide between a halfling with my love of food and baking and lizard folk, because I always joke that I'm a reptile when it comes to the cold. I split the difference with being a kobold.
Man,
Monk, because I used to train in martial arts, primarily Taekwondo and Judo. Yeah.
Super.
So Rachel here in chat is Mew Mouse. This was their submission shortly after or the day after our last episode. So
That's so cool.
Dude, the
Awesome.
tongue and the tail together. I love it.
yeah, they've got such a good grasp on form.
Yeah.
It makes them
Yeah.
just really nice to look at. Very tasty.
Man, I would love to see all our characters drawn together in one party. It's so wicked. It'd be a really dysfunctional D&D family, but man, it's just cool. I love that backpack. That is
Yeah.
so cool. With all the eyes on it and stuff. It's perfect.
It reminds me of like the monster book from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It would go hand in hand.
I like
Yeah.
how its tongue shape is mimicking her tail shape too.
Alrighty. The next one is another, and this one isn't inspired so much by the episode, but I think that there's been a little bit of comfort made for people who do play a lot of tabletop games and D&D games to kind of share their character designs that they make for themselves and the people that they play games with. So, this one's from Vivid Vermeer. Hold on, let me.
Oh, I know them. We did
Yeah.
a little D&D art challenge together as well, just on our own. She's a friend of a friend and just an absolute sweetheart. And her brain, the amount of characters she pumps out and the amount of time is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, stuff a lot.
Let me see if I can get this to share correctly here. There we go. This was
Yeah, I saw this guy in the
Cool.
on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a roll with D&D characters. This is my character for an upcoming virtual game. Halberd poses are weird. they're cumbersome. Yeah. I believe that it was explained that they went with a barbarian to look unassuming because she's soft and very nerdy, but packs a punch. So kind of an unassuming barbarian. She looks like a scholar.
I like the usage of hard lines.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
dude, it's like perfect. And like the usage of black underneath there, the like what would you call like a tunic or something that she's wearing, or a shirt, or what?
I got to so the way I met her was her friend, which is a coworker of mine, wanted to gift her a big D&D painting with all their characters, and I did the painting for them. And it was so easy and so fun to take her characters and just render them in my style, because it was so easy to translate, and like everything made sense with the costumes and the style. Is so nice. It's such a breeze.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, really solid.
Fun little style. Like that.
All right, I'm getting reference on the next one here.
I do like with some of these challenges, it's pretty open, kind of like the monster thing today, but like with this, it's a very specific world with a ton of rules and, like, and very granular detail, and yet everybody's stuff is so individualistic. It's cool how that plays out.
Yeah.
Dude, yours was really cool, and I like that you went in and did more to it too. I was like, damn, dude, this is so awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I started using that as an icon on a lot of my.
As you should. You took a lot of time on it.
I would have to.
And then lastly, we got one from a Discord, Cryptid Artie.
This is great.
Oh,
I saw this. And I was like, this is awesome.
They had a sketch of it, and then I asked her permission to show it, and she's like, "Well, I have like full line work version of it, but this it's a pretty interesting story. Essentially, they're running a campaign, and everyone's a fairy tale character. This is Devin, a mother goose. It's the title of a historian who documents stories of humans and animal folks as they don't get along. Devin is cursed to turn into a goose. Hers manifests as transforming into a goose in the day and a person at night. She's currently trying to find a way to resolve the curse. So so there's a bit of a transformation between a goose and a and a person that I don't know. I thought it was fascinating whenever we saw it in the Discord. So I thought
I want the story point why that as a girl she's a girl, but then as a goose she carries a butcher's knife. I want that story point.
Or, yeah, that's just like that one time thing.
Hey, maybe she's got that knife. It's just hidden when she's human.
That line work is great. I love that line work. It's so clean and it's pretty. Even like the way honk is written. Like,
Yeah.
dude, look at that. It's just everything in it just works so well. I love this. Kudos to you. That dress is nice too. Especially like the back design. Like that's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
What a way of the
Some more art,
episode.
people. Some more art. Okay, I think we're down to the plug zone and next month's teaser. So we will go in the same order from tonight. There it is. James, is Anna got anything to plug? She had to sneak out, didn't she?
She had to sneak out. She wanted me to show her drawing. So all of her stuff is are and her Tumblr and her DeviantArt and her website for Instagram.
And
Oh,
her
yeah, I love that logo.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx.
I like it because she gets to do the Adam Hughes thing. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
All right, Isaac, where can they find you, and do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Clever Kaiju, and which we've already plugged, and IKE Comics, ikecomics.com, and I've got a YouTube where I share my process making my comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daryl Clunch, how about you?
You can find all my stuff pretty much at knightsend.com or Google my name. Yeah, this is most of the art I get to do, so you got to come here to see my work.
I feel like last time you wrote it down and held it up. So.
I didn't think about it till just now, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be not paying attention while I'm scribbling over here. So
All right, Cliff Gamble, how about you?
Well, I have a bunch of really old stuff on my website that I need to update. It's cgamblestudio.com. I have a bunch of really old stuff on Instagram that I also need to keep up with on posting. That's Cliff_Gamble on Instagram. And then sometimes I share stuff on the Discord. So
who are you on Discord?
I'm Dirty Basilisk on there. So.
Yeah. Cool.
That's about it.
That's smart. I don't know who's who on Discord.
yeah, I have no clue.
All right, Josh. I was saying meter. Is it meter or meter?
It's Metter, but it's okay. I mean, there's worse things in the world.
I apologize. How about you?
You can find me on Instagram at Josh_Metter_art. And that's about it. I'm on the Discord too. J Metter is my name on the Discord.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
All right, Gary.
Hey, internet land. You can catch me on my website, www.artistgaryvidal.com. Instagram is same thing, artistgaryvidal. You can actually go to my website and it has portals to all my social media, so you can do that. Clever Kaiju, which we already promoted. The Discord, very easy to find me. Artist Gary Vidal. How hard is that? Everything is that. So yeah, just keep up with us. We're gonna be at conventions doing some stuff, doing some demos. I'm gonna be talking about my process with doing horror, like I was talking about earlier with Vision Con. I'll be also doing character and creature design at Tremendicon. So I'm doing different things at both shows. So make sure you don't miss either one. And I'm about to do part 2 of Let's Draw Kang the Conqueror on our Discord. I already did part 1. Now I'm going to do part 2. So keep a lookout for the events, because we do post events in our calendar. So yeah, that's all from me, boys and girls.
Do a Discord tutorial for people like me sometimes.
Yeah. Me too.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
Nate
Just
Howard-
because I'm there doesn't mean I know stuff.
I mean, I built it, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
People better. Nate Howard, you're up next.
Yeah, so I'm Nate Howard, also known as Mammoth Press LLC. I'm a creator of Potbelly Mammoth at potbellymammoth.com. The first volume should be on the website. I'm republishing volume 1 through a different printer, so that'll be in physical book form again. Volume 2, I'm about halfway through.
Yes.
But if I'm not doing that, I'm playing the old beautiful arcade machine that I built and designed behind me.
And that's why volume 2 is not done yet. No, I'm joking.
that's not true. Okay, that's not true. But another round of interviews on YouTube on the Mammoth. It's called Mammoth Multicade, and then also some live streaming. I'll be picking up again with that. But when I'm not doing that, I'm usually doing all the back end stuff for Clever Kaiju. Most of the social media stuff that you see is probably me, all the trying to figure out Discord and make the best of Discord and trying to keep everybody interested and helping us out. And this is actually what is taking most of my time. I'm a tattoo artist at Body Creations Inc. here in Springfield. The last couple of years I've been hijacked. My attention has been scattered from that. It's a fun and interesting job, but other than that, I think that covers it.
Very nice. James Rutherford, how about for you?
J Rutherford Art at Instagram. That's as good as I get right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did it once and I can't stop.
At least it's not the yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah.
Mr. Haley Conling, what are you up to? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at cyan_stash, the color, and then stash _.
And it's a picture of a hood frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little picture of a hood frog. That's the best way to message me, to see art. I've got my art station, which is linked from my Instagram, that has my more like professional portfolio on there. As far as what I'm working on, I got to submit and got some pieces accepted to this really amazing women's transformative trauma gallery showing at the Creamery, which is a dope program to be a part of. And hopefully, I don't want my pieces to be sold because I want to keep them, but I hope they get sold to help to donate to the programs they're supporting. So there's some back and forth there. But if you want to stop by during Art Walk, that show's happening. A lot of those pieces are the start of a personal painting series that I'm trying to crack down on. You can see the evidence of the next one coming behind me, right there, hiding in the background. But when I'm not doing that, I'm hanging out in Discord as Hooli and just being a little goblin. So
But you're our goblin.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what matters.
No, I'm nobody's goblin. I'm my own goblin.
Yeah, come
Independent.
correct, Gary.
Very nice. I didn't miss anybody, right? I think I got everybody. Yeah. Okay.
What about you,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Dodoy?
The what?
You gonna?
I have been working back behind the scenes at conventions in Springfield that I can't stop volunteering for. That's had all of my focus lately. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of work that goes into these conventions, people.
Yeah.
And Tremendicon and VisionCon are both all volunteer nonprofits. So none of us get paid.
Big shout out to all the people that volunteer, for the people who work the floor,
Yeah.
the track directors, people who are head of the convention, down to the people that are picking stuff up and sweeping the floors, man. The staff at the hotels or the convention centers, the staff for the con itself. That's a lot of work, and just kudos to you guys, and thank you.
Something we didn't mention in either commercial, volunteers are always needed.
For both shows.
Yeah, volunteer now, because sometimes there's pre-con events that need help. Lots of help, please. So next month, on Thursday, April 27th at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, the finale. Kaiju Battle!
Wow.
With an awesome piece of art done by Haley, aka Hooli.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff. But yes, the last episode, I think it's gonna be pretty epic. And it actually might be split into 2 parts. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah. How many people do we have lined up right now?
Right now, I think we're at 14. I mean, that's too many for one episode already without making it super long. And there's more people that aren't on that list that I think might want to jump in.
Yeah.
So we're toying with the idea of making it a 2-parter to get in as many kaiju monsters as possible.
That's gonna be crazy. And I love that the episode's so big and it's the last episodes of the season. So
yeah.
I think that's gonna be super awesome.
I'm excited. And I know everybody most months is like, I was finishing this today. I started this yesterday. A few of you have mentioned that the kaiju one you've been thinking about and working on a while.
Yeah. At least thinking about and considering.
Yeah.
I'll still
Thinking
probably wait till the
doesn't
day.
mean we've actually worked on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with
I had one person in the email tell me that they've had theirs going for a while. They've been working on it.
Yeah. There's one who's already like trying to get me to tell him what mine is, and then he shows me what he's doing, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, why would you? Unless he's trying to misdirect me, but it's like I can't be mad at that face. Like, so it's they've been like popping at the seams, like excited to tell somebody. They're
I think I know who you're talking about. I think
Yeah.
Awesome. So people, look for this event, follow it, share it with everyone you know. Tune in, talk to us. We love it.
Yes. I want to add this though. The founders and we had a meeting last Sunday and we were talking about season 4. I'm not going to tell you guys anything, but season 4 is going to be rocking. We'll tell Deanna later, not on here, with all you watching.
I don't know. She's holding a secret from us too, so we may have to trade.
Oh, dude, yeah, but that doesn't count. We need her to know this stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
But season 4, we're gonna bring a lot for you guys. We've really thought about what we want to do for season 4. It's gonna be excellent. To you artists, come back. We want you back to do some of this stuff. To the viewers out there, please do not miss this at all. It's going to be excellent. So yeah, come to the Kaiju Battle and definitely come back for season 4. Season 4 is going to be sweet. It's going to be awesome.
This will be the first episode that we don't present live, though, right? I mean, like in person, right? This will be.
Yeah, maybe maybe in the last episode. That's a big, fat, obese maybe. We might tell you what the first episode is. That's a big, fat might, but we might tell you what the first episode is.
Nice. And you know, just because they have all these ideas but they haven't told you yet, feel free to throw your ideas out there. You never know. Like, any idea can come from anywhere. One of you may have the idea that just blows our minds.
I mean, last episode there was a suggestion that we're totally going with.
Yeah.
But spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anybody have last words before we sign off for episode number 7 of season 3?
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
No, I think that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank all you brilliant artists for doing your thing. I mean, the work is awesome as always, and staying up late with us. YouTube, internet land.
Thank you to the beautiful artists who supplied the art to make this.
Yeah. They're probably in bed because it's past their bedtime, but you know, I think any of us would be happy to make prints and whatever for you guys to have. So,
and thank you to our fearless host Gaia from Captain Planet.
I want to see the children, pictures of these children holding prints of what you guys drew, and you guys holding prints of what they drew.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and we will see you next month. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. All right. Awesome outro now. Woo.
Are we live still?
Nah, hold on.
Are we still?
The subtitle